Welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky. The show will begin momentarily. Now, more than ever, our data is at risk. Our supply chains are in jeopardy. Our systems are broken, and businesses feel powerless. Dragonchain gives you a different way, a safer way, a better way, and you have power over your data. Dragonchain gives you proof in an untrusted world. Build now at Dragonchain.com, America's blockchain.
Hello everyone, welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky episode 70, 0x70, it's Hex, the 113th episode. This week, there are a lot of updates this week. This week on Number Go Up, brought to you by the Dragonchain Lair this week on Den.Social. The number of years since Disney open sourced Dragonchain. It's the 5th anniversary of the Dragonchain project this Saturday, I believe, on October 2nd. Disney originally open sourced the project on the 2nd of October in 2016. Exciting stuff. Next, Dragonchain updates. This week, a new blog was put out on decentralized autonomous organizations, in particular, detailing what we've built and what we've learned on the Den.Social community forum platform. And there is a video. I gave a presentation for the Wyoming Blockchain Stampede. They had a DAO day on September 24th, and they invited us to speak about this particular implementation. Really exciting stuff, and we detail some of the neat things that we did learn and what we're going to do for 2022. So really cool stuff. Next, so please share that. Please share that all you can. Next, we have open positions. We've just hired a new engineer, and we're still looking for new team members, primarily full stack dev. Still reviewing resumes there. So let's see here. Now we go to the Den.Social updates. The October 2021 LCP, layer creation process proposal phase, will start next Tuesday, October 5th. Get your proposals ready. Go to the LCP layer on Den and check out what's also there to already set up. To make sure that you don't overlap too much, and or communicate with the people that are there. If you have different ideas or things that could be added before everything goes live for the voting. Let's see here. Also, we had a few bug reports for the mobile app, specifically on iOS. Thanks for alerting the team. If ever you see a bug in either the website or in the app itself, go to the Den support layer and make a post, and I will vote it up like crazy. Fixes are actively being worked on. We're waiting on a couple of things for the Apple store to accept the updates. So anyway, then we had a good discussion on prioritization for the platform. So this is something that we're going to introduce, especially when some of the new governance features come out, where not only will people be able to vote on changes to the algorithm and things like that, but they'll also be able to help decide what is built next, what features built next, what's most important, basic prioritization. And the two things that we offered up as an example for this discussion, this wasn't a vote yet, were the feature of internal tipping, transfer, and sale of matter, lore, and lot inside of the system, so you don't have to pay the Ethereum fees. You don't have to go through all the trouble. And for some people that that don't have hardware wallets or anything else that use the system, that they would be able potentially to move things around. Primarily, a big part of it is matter tipping. because there are some things going on that if you hear Dave talking that they're working on in Florida, that will be very exciting. And then for lot distribution, because a lot of times people in the community want more people in the community, and yet to sell lots or to move lot around is a chore and expensive because of Ethereum fees. So that's a big one. The second was individual layer governance, something that will also be used for the full Den governance board for the full site. And that basically is the ability to easily vote without a Web3 interface, without a hardware wallet, and for owners of the layer to propose issues that could be changes to the community guidelines or anything else. So those two are up there. It looks like most people wanted Matterlore and Lot. We're still watching it. We're about to move into starting one of these things, and I think that I have a plan that'll work to kind of get both built out to some level as quickly as possible. So anyway, go in there and offer your opinion and give us any details that might weigh in on that, and we are watching it. So now we're going to go to the World Blockchain Roundtable update. So this Thursday is episode 19, and the general subject is blockchain in America. So go leave a topic or question on this weekly post. Also review the other questions that are there. Vote up the ones that you want to see answered, and we'll be going through them this Thursday. It's been a really good way to get good content, because when we've had these general topics planned for every episode, we've gotten really good questions. So thanks everybody for doing that. If you get your question answered or covered, your topic or question on the show, you will get a lot from the World Blockchain Roundtable layer. So the more things that you can, the more you participate, the more you will be rewarded. So really cool stuff. That's next Thursday. Now we go to the AMA. So let's see here. I'm going to switch over to my screen and let's double check. Okay, hopefully you can read that. So we're going to get three questions only. Everyone who gets a question answered gets one lot in the Dragonchain layer. We're doing this every week, and then once a month we'll do the full hour to try to get through all the questions. Okay, so first question, Cryptish. Recently Solana had to shut down for several hours because it was overloaded. Arbitrum was, sorry, pronunciation on that, was shut down for an hour, and Ethereum had a failed attack. I didn't even know about that. What is your view on this? Must some people be worried? Do we have a solution to Dragonchain? So very interesting. I mean, our solution is a different type of decentralization. That's why we're hybrid. That the entire network. Let's say that some number of billions of transactions were sent through the network, and the verification nodes on DragonNet, that is level 2 through level 5, became bogged down. It's entirely possible. The point is the architecture of Dragonchain makes that less of a worry, because what it means is anyone doing business with a Dragonchain blockchain doesn't have to worry about that. It's already known to be an eventual consistency or an eventual security situation, that you could be doing a tremendous number of transactions on your local chain, and the proof will come in time. Our capacity, which we covered in that energy sustainability report, if you look at that, our capacity is quite a bit higher than what we use. Even when we did the 250 million transactions, I think that the average node was only getting a single transaction every couple of minutes. I'd have to look, but it was surprisingly we were not even close to hitting capacity on the network when we did 250 million. And that was when we only had, I think, 400 or 500 nodes on Dragonet. And now we have about somewhere 1,800, 2,000, something like that. So generally, architecturally, we have solutions for this. And that's the other reason that, that the scalability is independent for every node on the entire network. And that in the most important place where the businesses do their business and that their customers interact, that though the capacity there is totally whatever they need it to be, it is tunable, based on their industry and what they expect for volume. So anyway, and what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start voting here. I have a lot of energy, so I'm going to start voting up quite a bit all of these. And I tried. I'm hoping that I didn't vote on any of. Okay, I didn't on any of the first three this week. Okay, Williams. All right, in network security, the weak point is the human element. If an employee gets phished and the network is utilizing Dragonchain and its suite of products like Digital Identity Fortress, Digital Fortress, can that alone stop a hacker from accessing the network, encrypting company data for ransom, etc.? And if not, is there anything else that can stop these types of attacks other than obvious offline backups? So there are a lot of strategies for this, but generally actually tracking the individuals, at least who got phished. Yes, they, any access you give someone, they have that access, and you could put more steps in. You can do various interesting things in your process to add more factors or to ramp up factors depending on the action. Like, maybe we let you, let's say we have a business system and we let you into your dashboard that you go to every day with your regular factor-based login. But when you move to delete the entire database, maybe it requires multiple people. Maybe it requires an extra verification that you hold another factor other than the one that you signed in with, things like that. So yes, there are tons of things you can do, and they tend to be very much more human process things. They are not, we consider the technology, the blockchain, the digital identity as tools in this strategy. So it's, whatever is needed, depending upon the sensitivity of the data, can be done. So let's see here. And as to backups, I wanted to bring up the fact that with backups, there are interesting points that blockchain itself can provide. And when I say backups, I mean disaster recovery. I mean that whole area of IT that you can more readily verify your backups. And if anybody, if you know anything about doing disaster recovery and backups, the best practice is to make sure that you restore your backups regularly to verify that they're good, because many times in history, companies or organizations have created full backup processes, and when they go to restore, they realize that the backup had not been properly created for months or years. And so you don't know unless you restore it regularly that the backup actually works and everything else, which is very expensive process. And there are some really interesting features that blockchain can provide to make that cheaper, to automate it, so that you can, do it regularly, do it nightly, hourly, whatever might make sense. So anyway, some really cool stuff there. And I will vote up. Also, I don't know, maybe I should be voting up less for every consecutive answered question, but we'll see. Okay. Dan Can LT. If we have scaling horizontally in theory, is it right to say that Dragon has infinite TPS, transactions per second? I have usually said, and it was really funny because anytime we would be in the early blockchain meetups here in Seattle, that anybody at a competing project would give me, a hairy eyeball, that they didn't quite understand what I was talking about. But I had always said that it is theoretically infinite scalability, or if transactions per second might be a measure of that, but a more important measure is literally the ability to put transactions on chain and to get them through the full consensus process. But because, yes, every single node, and you think about it, we demonstrated about 140% of the volume of the Visa global payment network on that one day, like 2 years ago. And it is, we had to mimic something where you, in real life, you have hundreds of thousands of client devices, where credit card scanning equipment, other website integrations that feed into the Visa payment network. And we had to kind of mimic that. And so we ended up building, I can't remember how many client agent devices, and they fed into somewhere, it changed during the day, somewhere between 10 and 20 blockchain nodes. So you think about it, if you had a massive network, you would have the full ability to add another blockchain node if you really needed to scale it further. And typically it would be a regional thing. You might need a few nodes running in Europe. You might need a few nodes running in the Americas, a few nodes running in Asia, depending upon how much volume you expect. So it's an interesting thing, because the more you add, the more capacity you have, and it's only limited by the actual servers that you are running. So it's a very standard, traditional approach to scaling, and it's intentionally that, because that in that way we can say that we can support telco, volume data or financial data. Things that are typically really high volume can be done because they can already do it. So all we're talking about is integrating the blockchain itself. So anyway, that was a good question. And there you go. There's the big vote. And I should have been marking the tags too. Anyway, let's see here. So that is the entire AMA. And let's see here. So that's it. So in closing, watch us again next Tuesday. More updates. We're getting a lot more updates coming in. So good stuff happening behind the scenes. Make sure that you go and add some topics and questions and vote to help us decide the questions for the World Blockchain Roundtable. Watch it this Thursday. Follow Dragonchain Gang. Follow Real Denizens on Twitter. Follow me, Jojo Rowe. And make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. So thanks so much.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. We choose to go to the moon.